Golden Dome initiative, Donald Trump's vision for a multi-layered space-based missile defense system, is entering a pivotal phase. Once positioned to rely heavily on Elon Musk's SpaceX, the program is now deliberately expanding its pool of partners. This strategic shift, fueled by political tensions and logistical concerns, aims to mitigate dependence on a single contractor and incorporate a diverse array of commercial and traditional defense players. In early May 2025, Trump unveiled the Golden Dome Defense Plan, a space-based architecture intended to mirror and expand upon Israel's Iron Dome capabilities, but on a global scale. Estimated at $175 billion, the system proposes to deploy a vast constellation of satellites equipped with sensors and interceptors, integrated with ground stations to detect and neutralize ballistic cruise and hypersonic missile threats. The White House expects deployment around 2029, while independent analysts warn costs could soar into the trillions over time. Initial momentum favored SpaceX, whose Starlink and Starshield satellite infrastructures and proven launch record positioned the company as the frontrunner. Over 9,000 Starlink satellites have already been deployed, and SpaceX's government procurement experience is extensive. However, an escalating personal and political rift between Trump and Musk, culminating in public spats in June, catalyzed reevaluating that dependency. Even before the feud erupted, Pentagon and White House officials had begun exploring alternative avenues. Concerns grew that over-reliance on SpaceX could pose risks to supply continuity, cyber resilience, and competitive pricing. Thus, the Golden Dome acquisition strategy pivoted toward a multi-vendor approach, opening the opportunity for major defense contractors such as Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, L3Harris, and Boeing. Amazon's Project Kuiper has emerged as a key contender. While it lags far behind SpaceX, deploying 78 satellites out of a planned 3,000, it's being positioned as a potential complement within the Golden Dome architecture. Pentagon outreach to Kuiper indicates a desire to blend commercial innovation with military-grade satellite capabilities. Jeff Bezos recently confirmed that Kuiper's primary focus remains commercial, but admitted defense applications were inevitable. Smaller and newer launch companies are also being courted. Rocket Lab and Stoke Space, noted for their nimbleness and fresh approaches, have been invited to bid on individual Golden Dome launches. Pentagon officials emphasize that contracts for each satellite deployment will be competitively bid rather than exclusively awarded to SpaceX. Traditional defense giants are staking their claim too. Lockheed Martin's space division, including systems like C2BMC, PAC-3, and THAAD, is poised to integrate satellite sensors and ground interceptors into the program. Northrop Grumman is advancing work on orbit-based interceptors, and L3Harris reports growing interest in their missile warning technologies. Boeing is exploring compact laser weapons and other defensive options showcased at the Paris Air Show. Driving this diversification is an urgency underscored by the U.S. Space Force's recent satellite communication budget increase from $900 million to $13 billion to support defense applications. A first $25 billion tranche from Trump's tax and spend package is now earmarked for Golden Dome. The program is under tight timelines. General Michael Guetlein, confirmed July 17th, has 30 days to assemble the team, 60 days to deliver initial system blueprints, and 120 days to present comprehensive rollout plans. However, the inclusion of commercial platforms raises cybersecurity and resilience concerns. Kuiper satellites, for example, will need to be hardened against electronic warfare and cyber attacks, a challenge even SpaceX has battled when defending Starlink from Russian jamming. Critics, including Senator Ed Markey, describe Golden Dome as a 21st century echo of Reagan's ill-fated Star Wars, highly ambitious, economically risky, and potentially destabilizing. CBO estimates suggest minimum costs of $542 billion and warnings of a new arms race involving Russia and China. Still, proponents argue that strategic necessity, countering nuclear and hypersonic threats, justifies the price tag. Golden Dome represents a crossroads in American defense policy, whether to rely on one tech titan or embrace a diversified industrial ecosystem to achieve supremacy in space-based missile defense. With a $175 billion price tag, compressed timelines, and deep geopolitical stakes, the coming months will determine whether America builds a resilient shield or overreaches into strategic overdependence.